It's still damp, so it's not dry enough to get the masking fluid off yet, but it's dry enough to get these ears in. So I'm going to do them in the grey we talked about before, which is cobalt violet, change down a brush size, just grey with a bit of brown, that's better. Bit more of the brown, stiffer mix. And just brighten that a little bit. That's with a bit of yellow. Right, and turn our attention to the nose. Just wants to be a little bit darker under there. Clean water. Lovely point, this brush. Better. Right, eye. Just find the bottom of his mouth a little bit. Right, the outside of the eye. I'll stick if you're a bit wibbly. Is yellow. Well, yellow with a touch of pink in, but we'll put the yellow in first. Touch of the upper rose to make it sort of orangey. Whilst that's drying, just change back up brush size. Remember we had masking fluid on here, so it's not going to make any sense and work for us unless you put a colour on for it to work against. Down a brush size, just do this eye. Back up a brush size. What colour are we going to have this? Try that, does that work? Maybe? This is cerulean blue. Quite strong. Because as I said, with these white lines of the masking aren't going to work unless there's something for it to work against. Right off the paper. Let's just find that edge as well, which we've lost. Right off the paper. Do we want any up there? Maybe. Less intense than down here though. Clean water right off the paper. Let's add a touch of cobalt violet into that. Quite watery cobalt violet. It does grab the paper, but it gives you a nice ethereal grey quality. I do quite like. Right, I need to let that all dry and then we can get the masking fluid off and see if there are any areas that we need to tweak, which the masking fluid just might be too. Take off now the masking fluid. It sometimes comes off easier than others. You can feel it with your finger when you. So we just need to finish off these eyes because that's far too big. Brighten that side. So we're tweaking now, just knocking back any of these bits that are too white. There's a bit of a scumble action over the top. Firm up any bits that you've So if we've lost some whiskers, sharp pencil, mechanical pencil, on colour you can put it back in, it will still read. Or other option is acrylic ink. Just show you a little bit of this, quite a useful tool. For rectifying any bits that have gone slightly awry or slightly clumsy. And less is more, so I'll leave well alone. She says fiddling. Right, that's it, finished.